There is never a shortage of stupid foreigners in the Philippines. Watch this.
I'm talking here from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. I just want to say everything that's going on in the Philippines right now is a travesty with Duterte. When I went to the Philippines, the reason the country was so beautiful is how clean. You were able to walk on the streets feeling safe. There was no violence I didn't see. I didn't see any drug dealers. You know, yes, there's a little bit of poverty, but it's been cleaned up completely. The beaches have been cleaned up. You're not even allowed to step on a beach down there with food or alcohol because they want to preserve the quality. This was done under Duterte. The drugs were taken off the street under Duterte. The murderers were taken off the streets under Duterte. The rapists were taken off the streets under Duterte. And now we're prosecuting a man that was brave enough to stand up and actually do something on the war on drugs, the war on criminals. We need to stop protecting our criminals. We need to stop protecting our drug dealers, rapists, and murderers. Duterte. I stand for Duterte here in Canada.
This pathetic Western loser, clearly, look at his face. He's never had a woman in his life, is here trying to clout chase or simply please his in-laws. Foreigners should never demonstrate any political views in the Philippines. It is a severe consequence to your life, especially if it's political. It's against the law. You should never protest in any way, whether you are for or against any administration or any political views. He does not have any rights to demonstrate his feelings or hold up a Philippines flag. How desperate for attention and approval must one be, or to try and seek views for whatever type of content he is creating? I do not want to even look at his TikTok account. That is aside from the point. There is zero money to be made on that platform, so the only thing he is looking to do is to simply gain some people's attention. Sure, there may be some financial benefits if you are making tons of TikToks, receiving millions of views. At some point, you may be able to monetize that. However, this is not the way to do it. All this does is put a gigantic target on your back. I want to know what others think. Clout chaser for the views, says one. Never seen a Westerner simping for Duterte before. He probably went to BGC in Taguig and Boracay. I bet he didn't even go to experience Manila City. That's how you get shot, a foreigner in the Philippines. Don't talk about politics, religion, and finance. Anyone supporting Duterte is a moron, says another. The way this guy talks sounds like he's being held hostage. Ignello says, Duterte's regime reminds me a lot of what El Salvador is going through right now under President Nayib Bukele. Constitutional protections were suspended, and tens of thousands of individuals have been arrested and convicted without appropriate due process. But it worked. Until very recently, El Salvador was murder capital of the world. Virtually all the gang members have now been incarcerated, and the place is extremely safe now. The above is not supporting nor denouncing those actions. All I'm saying is, shit isn't as black and white as the world would hope. But we are not a drug state nor murder capital of the world. Duterte exaggerated the drug problem to make it seem like it was doing something. Lost in the Philippines says, I have opinions, but I sure as hell keep them to myself. I'm just a guest here, and I feel it's not my place to speak on specific in regards to policies or politicians. I will say taking on crime and making your country safe for law-abiding citizens is a tall order. I think it's something we all desire. Crime is out of control in many parts of the U.S. Crime is on the rise again, here in the Philippines as well. Many citizens don't feel safe going to work and can't even leave their own house. In many U.S. cities, I know not prosecuting criminals isn't a great idea, as it hasn't worked in many U.S. cities, but non-judicial executions isn't the answer either. El Salvador built a mega prison and they are locking up all their criminals. Crime and the murder rates have plummeted, but their actions have led to international watch groups such as Human Rights Watch, Amnesty International, and even the U.S. State Department under previous administration to claim crimes against humanity. What's the solution? Says another. These are some of people's responses. What are your feelings regarding this moron holding a Philippines flag and announcing his loyalty to someone he barely knows or doesn't even know? He cannot relate to any Filipino. He says a little bit of poverty. Are you out of your mind? BGC is not the Philippines. Cebu City is not the Philippines. Davao, Iloilo, or other major cities with a small pocket of development is not what the Philippines is. The truth is, majority of Filipinos live in poverty, what you and I would consider poverty. When their own administration comes out and says that the poverty line is below 50 pesos a day for food, what do you expect? That's less than $1. You cannot be serious. These are the realities the Filipino people face. Correct, I do talk much about Filipinos, typically what is seen as negative, but it's never my intentions. I only speak the truth and the facts are the Filipinos are living in poverty, and this white Western Canadian Ontario man does not have a single clue about what the Philippines endured in previous years under Duterte. Whether you agree with this man or the previous administration is not the point. The point is, it is not his place to say. He is not one that should be talking. He is the type of person that will end up on the news and have us all talking behind his back because he should have known better. For a few hundred or even thousand, heck, whatever, even a million views, this person is willing to risk everything. What does that get you? A million people divisively talking about one topic on a matter that has no business in his mouth. There is a two-way tie for yesterday's best comment. Vincent says, amazing how many stories there are like this, yet the men just keep on sending money to women they will never meet. Or worse, fly to Philippines to meet someone and no one is there to meet you. Hang Lee says, this is a great reference for dudes going to the Philippines looking for Filipinas. These comments are about advice for men coming to the Philippines. There is no worst comment. Thanks for watching. God bless.